Have you ever read a social media post that just held your full attention? Now, what if you could do that with your social media stories? See, today I'm going to give you the 7 parts of an engaging story that hooks your readers to the end of your story. Telling a story is one part of the story formula that I teach my clients to use when writing any piece of content. And I'm going to give you the full formula to download at the end of this short video. Before we get started, my name is Fortune. I'm a self-publishing strategist for established coaches and consultants who want to write a book and use that book to grow their business. Now, I've created a proprietary method of getting your book out of your head in less than 4 hours using a phone and a few websites. Today, you're going to get the 7 parts of an engaging story that hooks your readers to the end of that story, to your story. Now, you can construct your story using the 7 parts we're going to go over here, or you can use it to assess your story against those parts and then fill in the blanks that you may be missing, meaning you can dump all your ideas down. But either way, hold your story, the hold your story wields over your readers will be multiplied when you have all 7 parts of what we talk about, the hero's journey in the business setting. Now, the 7 parts are as follows. I'm going to write them down first, and then we're going to go ahead and cover them. All right, let me grab mine. We're going with green? No, we're going to go with red. All right, the first part here is a character. All right, you have a character, and this character is going to have a particular problem. Hopefully you can read my handwriting right now. I'm writing a little sloppy. Third part is, and meets a guide. All right, clean it up a little bit. Then we go, who offers a plan. So the 4th step is, who offers a plan. The 5th part is the calls for action. All right, part number 6 is and results in failures, successes, comma, that's where the 7th part is, and transformation. That is one ugly M. All right. So, what are we talking about here? And then you notice this is the whole sentence that gives you all 7 parts of the hero's journey for business storytelling. We have a character has a particular problem and meets a guide who offers a plan that calls for action and results in failure, successes, and transformation. So if you look at any hero's journey, they're going to go on this process where they have a problem, and the hero, again, the hero doesn't have to mean like a superhero or anything like that. It's just like your main character is going to have a problem, and they're going to try to solve this problem. In order to solve this problem, someone's going to help or guide them. Someone is going to help them solve this problem. So they're going to go on this journey to solve this problem. And as they go on the journey, they're going to make mistakes, and they're going to have some successes. They're going to make another mistake, and then have more successes, but don't want to give up, and then finally break through, okay? And that breakthrough is the transformation that they're going to, the breakthrough happens because of the transformation. Now, this transformation isn't something that's going to be an external transformation. It is an internal thing. What's stopping them from breaking through and actually getting to the goal they want is something that had to change on the inside. A identity, as Michael Haig would talk about, and we'll talk about it in another episode. Or it could be your character, who you believe yourself to be. That's what you see in personal development is you're trying to identify who you are as a person, and some belief, some character identity you have is stopping you from hitting your goal. So in order to actually hit that goal, you need to push through and have a transformation on the inside. Okay, so that is the internal struggle that is going on through this external battle. Okay, so what does that look like realistically speaking? If you look at something that's happened in your business, you're trying to teach someone a concept, if you're trying to teach someone how to buy what you have for them to sell, you're going to look at the transformation that you have, okay? It's very easy. This is the best way that I found when working with clients is to start here. What's that transformation that you had? What is that belief system that you had to change and shift in order for you to attain that level of success that you have in whatever area it is, whether that's relationships, whether that's in business, whether that's in health, whether that's in whatever it may be, in finances, whatever it is that you are coaching on or that you're helping people to get results in, whether it's esoteric or whatever, spiritual stuff, whatever that end result that you're helping people to get, you had some internal transformation that led to your results. What was an internal transformation? Because we need to introduce that when you start talking about the story, because that helps people see that they understand, that you understand where they're coming from, okay? And then you want to take them through the journey. You want to talk about the character, and here's the identifying piece here. We're going to put some black on here. In a specific setting. So a character in a specific setting. So what were you like? What's your situation like? You want to describe kind of what you were going through at that point. So you hear the stories people you've watched on webinars or things of that nature. You hear even the best speakers talk about, I was born here to these family in this setting. I had so many kids or brothers and sisters or whatever it was. Or I was out on the streets living for, from check to check, trying to figure out how to get paid and how to make my living. So I was living out of my car, trying to make a living for myself. And that situation, you're describing that. That's in a specific setting, okay? Has a particular problem and a definite desire. So here's the key piece here. And a definite desire. Why you this key piece here is that you want something. You wanted something. And here the thing is that the person who's hearing your story is also probably wanting the same thing that you wanted when you were in that specific setting. Their situation may be different, but they're going to put themselves in their situation into as they're putting themselves into your story. By you describing your situation, they're going to put themselves in their own situation. Here's my situation, and I have that problem, and I want that result too. Okay? It meets a guide. These two can kind of come together. That meets a guide and offers a plan. Sometimes this could be any number of things, coaches or whatever, inspiration, something that happens. But you have offered a plan and a new perspective. A new perspective. So you looked at things a little differently when this idea was introduced to you. When this guide introduced a new plan to you, and this guide introduced a new way, a new method, okay, a new belief system was introduced to you. That's like, oh, I can change who I am. Or I need to look at the world a little differently. Your perspective changed. And because your perspective changed, you had to start taking action. Okay? Now, in the action, there's a lot of things that can happen in action. You could have people, there could be some love that's involved that keeps you moving forward. Okay? You could have a sidekick, like somebody that's going along with you, that's helping you go through it. And you may just have a villain. A villain meaning something that's just opposition, somebody that's holding you down. And that's what's pushing you to continue moving forward. But that's what calls you to action, because out of love, because someone's going to go on a ride with you, or because you wanted to beat whoever that villain was, whether that's internal villain or someone on the outside, some enemy or someone that said you couldn't do it or whatever was holding you back, that villain. That's what calls you to action. Say, I'm going to beat them. I'm going to go after this because I'm going to win. Okay? And it results in failures. So you got to talk about how you messed up in the beginning. You got to talk about how you had some successes and what ultimately transformed on the inside, okay? And this is where you get that new belief. That new belief is what you're actually selling in your this business story, because once they have broken this old belief back here, this whole paradigm that's going on here, once they have that new belief, now they're going to be more willing to accept what you have to offer. This is a 7-part hero's journey for business. Now, you can either, 2 ways, as I mentioned a second ago, you can either take the story that you have and say, all right, who's the character? What's the problem? Who's the guide and the plan they gave? What is the call to action? Like, what do I need to do? And then what failures and successes did I have along the way to changing myself? Okay, you can break it down like that and fill in the blank. Or you can dump your whole story out of your head as you remember it, and then go back and say, all right, do I have a character? Do I have a particular problem? Do I have a guide? Oh, I didn't talk about my guide when I first do this. So who was that guide? What would make me change? What was that person, thing, place, or thing that helped me change? So now you add that into your story. So there's 2 ways of using that, okay? I hope this has been beneficial to you. It's an awesome way of using your story to transform and instill new beliefs in people by helping you understand what your beliefs were, how you broke those beliefs down, the system you got there, and introducing that new belief to your reader or to your listener. So that being said, you can grab a copy of the story formula. Okay, because this is the T part of the story formula, STORY. This is the T part of the story formula, tell a story. But there are the other 4 parts of the story formula that help you create very persuasive chapters, very persuasive content. You've been taken through the story formula through this whole presentation here today, through this video you're watching here today. Okay, this is tell a story. To get the full formula, just drop the word story down in the comments, and I'll make sure I give you a copy of that guide so you can use that to create better content for your books or for any content that you're creating. But if you think that you're ready to go ahead and write your book, you want my help with you telling your stories throughout your book, go ahead and drop the word author down below. Definitely get in contact with you. Jump on a call with me. And a 15-minute call to see where you're having your hiccups and see if we can right fit for working together to help you become my next author. Now, with that being said, you can be, you can do, you can have anything you want in this world. You've just got to believe. You can live a life of no doubt, just blessings, and I will show you how. Now, always remember, you're only one book away from the next breakthrough in your life or in your business. So go out there and make life happen every day. God bless, and I'll talk to you next time.